Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to get into some newbies to my collection, and if that's something that you're interested in, please keep on watching. Before we get started, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, share this video if you liked what you saw, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads from me. Let's get into the review. So if you watch my channel for some time, you know that I've been really trying to get into gourmands. I've never really been a gourmand lover, but this winter has kicked in and I've really been just loving all the gourmand fragrances that I've picked up. I've added quite a few to my collection, and we'll get into the new ones that I recently added. So the first perfume that I picked up is Montal's Chocolate Greedy. This is one that I've been eyeing for quite a while, and I just never really pulled the trigger on it. I dibbled and dabbled a little bit in some coffee fragrances, and I do have like a couple fragrances with a cacao note, but they're not really like getting into the chocolate bag, right? So Montal's Chocolate Greedy has vanilla, cacao. It's like a warm, sweet, spicy, powdery. It does have some coffee undertones to it, in my opinion. The fragrance notes say that it comes off fruity. I don't really get a whole lot of fruits from this. I just get like a really nice chocolate cacao note. It comes with this little pull-off top, and that's the cutest thing about the Montal bottles. I'm afraid of losing it though. I wish it was like a cap that I could pull off, but anyway. This is just giving me like vanilla. The vanilla in this hits you right away. Right away, you get that vanilla scent and the powderiness of the fragrance. I really like the fact that this layers really nicely as well, but you can wear it on your own. It is not overpowering in my opinion. I just feel like that cacao note and that vanilla note, I just really love this. So let's go over the notes. This is cacao, vanilla, tonka bean, bitter orange, dried fruits, and coffee. I would say bitter orange, I definitely get that to come through. I didn't know that there was bitter orange in here, but I do see how that's definitely playing a role in like the scent profile of this. I really love smelling this. Again, it has coffee in it. I do a little hint of the coffee. In the dry down is where the coffee really shows up for me, but this is really good. I did not think that I would like something like this. You know, hesitant. This was a complete blind buy. I had not even smelled this before I bought it, but I got like a couple different coffee fragrances recently, which I love the coffee notes in fragrances. And I just said, you know, why not? You already love cacao. You already love like that coffee chocolatey vibe. I just really love the way that this is done, and I can't wait to layer it a little bit more. I have worn it by itself. I would say as far as lasting power, it's not beast mode, I would say. So you could get like 4 hours out of it. If you spray it if you spray it down, you know, you're definitely going to get a whole lot more lasting power out of it. But I'm the type of person, I think with this particular fragrance, I don't really want to smell like chocolate all day long. I think I just want to get the wafts of it every now and again. So I really don't spray down with this one. I feel like you could really go a long way and it not be too annoying throughout the day. I just really like the way this is. It's very warm, very spicy. I feel very comforted by this fragrance, and just an overall nice wearing experience so far. So again, that is Chocolate Greedy by Montal. All right, so next fragrance we're gonna talk about is Amore Cafe by Mancera. And this one, it just came in the mail. It just came in the mail on Friday, and I'm just so excited to get this one. I have heard a lot of reviews about this one, and I try to do a lot of research, especially when I'm blind buying something. I watch YouTube videos, I read reviews. Fragrantica, I'm always on that to just kind of get everyone's take on like what they're feeling about the fragrance, especially if it's something that I'm interested in and I've been eyeing. This winter, I've actually picked up quite a few coffee fragrances, and this is definitely giving coffee. This is definitely giving coffee, but it's like a sweet coffee drink. I would say like amaretto notes or something like that. I definitely get the coffee in this, but I feel like there's like some sort of espresso or amaretto to this. It just smells very smooth. I even get like a little bit of a boozy note from here. It reminds me a little bit of Angel Share. And so I would say at first sniff, my first couple sniffs, and I haven't really had a chance to really wear this the way that I've worn some of these other fragrances. I've had a little bit longer. They're newer, but I've had them just a lot longer than this one. This one just gives me like angel share vibes, but add coffee notes to it, I would say. Definitely warm, sweet vanilla. A lot of that. This is just a very pleasant coffee fragrance for me. So let's go over the notes. So this is exactly what I just said it was. At the top we have coffee, amaretto. The amaretto comes through very clearly at the top. In the mid we have vanilla and ice cream. In the base we have brown sugar, vanilla, and ambergris. I'm reading the notes off camera, but this is just so nice. Again, just that boozy coffee vibe. Amaretto is just doing it. When I've worn it, so I only wore it like for a few hours on Friday when I first got this. And I would say that it doesn't last very long at all. This is not a beast mode for me. This is just light and airy kind of booziness. This is not like deep, dark boozy for me at all. And I think that like vanilla and the ice cream note that come through in this just really lets it stay, very sweet and not like deep diving into like a dark, deep, boozy, experience that you get out of angel share. So this is definitely a like for me. I am not mad at this blind buy at all. This is what I was expecting out of this fragrance. And so I am actually very pleasantly surprised that this one came through. Again, that is Mancera's Amore Cafe. So this next one that we're gonna talk about, I absolutely love. I'm on a coffee kick for sure because this is the third coffee fragrance that I've picked up. This one is Brown Girl Jane Casino. This is a recent release, so very much new to the world. It was just released recently, maybe a few weeks ago, I think. And this is giving me coffee vibes. This is like espresso. So this definitely goes deep and it goes dark, but in a good way. So this is like a nutty fragrance. That's in the description. Let's see here. Let's go over the notes. Okay, so in the description of the notes, we have almond, affogato, cake, and rum. And get that almond and that affogato, which is, I think, like an espresso kind of, an espresso note to it, or at least smells like espresso. This just smells so good to me. When I first sprayed this, I said, this smells like the casino. I mean, it definitely put me like in that kind of casino vibe. I would say if you ever went to a casino, if you've ever gone to a casino and you've been there in like the very early morning, where there's like no one around on the floor, there's coffee going, there's pastries going, there's like just the bakery, you can smell whatever is being baked or made, in the morning. You kind of get transported to the casino in the morning. For some reason for me, I just get that. I just get like Vegas on the casino floor in the very early morning. No one's up. Everyone's already lost their money or won big the night before. You just get up, you're ready to go. You probably are up because there's a little time lag or whatever. And you're just playing your game and you just get like the wafts of the coffee shop. I feel like it smells a little papery in my opinion. Just a little like, I don't know, maybe because of the flow of money or something like that on the casino floor. This smells like money to me. It just smells like the casino in the morning. I can't describe it. You had to be there to know, but I definitely pick up on the espresso. I really like the way that the cake note is done in here because it doesn't take it like extreme gourmand like some of the cake notes that I've smelled before can. I definitely get the booziness of what this is calling for. This is just an overall nice fragrance for me. I've worn this to work, last couple days as well over the weekend, and I really enjoy it. The lasting power is great. It doesn't last for like 8 hours. I would give it like 4 or 5 if you're a moderate sprayer. But I definitely think that it's large bottle worthy, especially if you like these notes of almond, espresso. It's definitely giving me nutty as well, which is something that I also wanted to start delving into a little bit more in my collection. So this is just a great add-on to my collection. I've been really liking this one. So the other one that I've really been enjoying from Brown Girl Jane is called Carousel. This is like a very sweet fragrance. So I would give this, in comparison to Casino, this is definitely like much more sweeter. It's giving me like a fruity experience, sweet, kind of fruity. I'd get like some berries or some cherry or something like that in here at first sniff. I really like this one. So this one, I would say, for some reason, transports me to this transports me to the state fair, a fair. You can smell like a candied apple in here. I get like, I don't want to say a pastries, but you know, like the funnel cake that you get at a state fair or a carnival. I definitely picked that up in here. I mean, it's amazing how those two like transported me instantly to a place that I've been before. I really love when fragrances do that. It enhances my fragrance experience. I've sprayed this one all over. This is a great performer. So Carousel is definitely a great performer in my collection. I can get about 6 hours out of this one, to be honest. I mean, it's amazing. We didn't even talk about the notes. Let's talk about the notes a little bit. Okay, so spun sugar that I was gonna say cotton candy, but I couldn't get the words out. So spun sugar, apple, black currant. In the top, in the mid, we have orange blossom, lily of the valley, coral rose, cherry, leather, musk, and sandalwood in the base. And that is it's so good. It smells like candied apples to me, and that's exactly what we have here. So this is definitely a gourmand that I'm really loving. Again, it just takes me back to like the state fair. You know, you're there with your friends and or you've taken your kids there, and it just smells like cotton candy, which is like spun sugar. So great add-on to my collection. Sweet, definitely fruity, and something that's just playful. I would say just playful, just puts you in a playful mood, and I'm just really enjoying it. Another one that I've added to my collection recently is Peach Aurum by Navitus Parfums. This is done in collaboration with Sharita M, another creator on YouTube, and I have really been loving this one. There's another one that Sharita collaborated with Navitus on, and that one is Monte Casanade. I really love that one. I'm a vanilla girly through and through, so that one is vanilla all day, all night long. The difference between this one and that one and Peach Aurum is Peach Aurum comes in a much smaller bottle, so this time around it carries that $170 price point. Monte Casanade was about $295, I think, when it came out, but I picked this up in November, so I haven't had it for a very long time. I would say, I think it probably came to me sometime in December. So I've been just kind of playing around with it. You know, this is probably the oldest, newest of the bunch that I showed you today. And I just really been loving this one. So I was actually pleasantly surprised to find that it had like a baked peach accord, and that I actually really enjoyed it in the fragrance. Sometimes when you get those notes, especially something like peach, it just comes off, for me, sometimes a little too artificial. And so I really don't enjoy the fragrance wearing experience as much. But this one is done very well. And I love the fact that it is a literal peach, so you can get that literal peach, but when it dries down, all those other notes kind of come through, and it just gives me a nice fragrance experience. Let's get into Peach Aurum. These sprayers are so nice. I love when I buy a bottle especially at these price points, and the sprays on them are just divine. I love a mist. I don't like it to like squirt or anything like that. I love them to just have a nice sprayer. It gives a nice layer on the skin. Okay, so from Peach Aurum, you get that peach at the top immediately. It's a baked peach, so when the peach is done in this is more like warm and spicy, and not so much like very fruity like a ripe peach. This is more like the peach has been baked. It has like dried down a little bit for me on the stick, and it's getting more into like the pastry notes of the fragrance. I really love wearing this. At first when I got it, I will say that The peach at the top fades away almost about 10 or 15 minutes. I say for me in the beginning when I first received this fragrance, but as I've gotten it and gotten to know it a little bit better, the peach has definitely stayed around a lot longer. It has gotten even more richer since I first got this fragrance. And I just really love the way that this is done. In the top, we have amaretto, peach, Turkish rose. In the mid, we have puff pastry, condensed milk, and cinnamon. And in the base, we have oak leaves, musk, and sugar. And this is just so nice. I definitely pick up on that condensed milk and the cinnamon now that I know that's what we're working with in here. That adds to like the smoothness of this. So in the dry down, like I said, the peach kind of comes through. In the dry down, the peach kind of develops just a little bit more like baked accord when we get into the mid with that puff pastry and the condensed milk. I do feel like, you know, for this being a fragrance, I don't want it to smell, I don't want to smell like baked goods all day. I do about this fragrance. It doesn't last as beast mode as the other one does, the Mani Casanad. But I actually like the fragrance wearing experience of this one a little bit more. Mani Casanad to me, I mean, with it being an extrait, it has so many vanilla notes in there. You definitely get a journey out of Mani Casanad. I really enjoy Mani Casanad, especially like layering it or making like a base layer for a lot of the fragrances that I wear. But Peach Aurum, I just feel like this one just wears lighter. It wears a little bit more like fluffier, airier, and that's probably what I love the most about it. I like when I layer it. So, you know, if I have like a nice base, like a vanilla oil or something on my skin, it definitely lasts a lot longer. But that Peach Aurum, that peach is still here. And I just really love the way that it like dries down into something like just very baked. It's literally a baked peach cobbler, like it says. It's literally a baked peach cobbler. But those other notes in here just play so well with it that I don't mind this being like a fragrance, you know, where I don't get like a literal ripe peach. I want it to be like fragrant, like a fragrance, and not so much like a gourmand, even though it is a gourmand. I don't know if that makes sense, but I really like the way that this is done. I layered this with Mani Casanad. I put Mani Casanad on at first, and then I put this one on top of it. And I just really like the way the Mani Casanad vanilla comes through this fragrance. And so it makes it dry down like even better with Peach Aurum. Anyway, I really love this fragrance. I'm so glad that I gave it a chance and I stuck through with it because it's been a beautiful, beautiful addition to my collection. I mean, not to mention the beautiful bottle that it comes in. It's just so beautiful and very well done. Okay, next we have Symphony by House of Ira. I recently picked this up during Black Owned Fragrance Week. This was new to my collection. I had never smelled this before. I don't know what it is about me and these blind buys, because I definitely don't recommend it, but I keep doing it. So anyway, I'm really enjoying this one. This one is a fruity, warm, spicy, definitely woodsy, a little bit powdery as well. And this is a new brand. This brand has two other fragrances as well. One is Nocturne and the other one is La Artistan, I think is what it's called. But this one I definitely was more attracted to in terms of the notes. So this one is giving warm, woody, spicy. At the top we have black currant, peach, candied fruits and dried fruits, bergamot and apple. In the mid we have saffron and jasmine, and in the base we have sandalwood, patchouli, vanilla, and white musk. I will say that I've had this for quite a while. I've been spraying this. My husband and I have been spraying this one just to see like if it's unisex, because it definitely leans masculine and feminine. I mean, I could smell this on myself and I could smell this on him for example. And it's a warm, spicy profile for me, which I very much enjoy. To be honest with you, I think that this is giving like Baccarat Rouge 540 vibes, but I actually like this one better. This one just gives me a little bit more woodiness to it. It's definitely sweet. I can pick up on the sweetness, but it's not like cloyingly sweet or anything like that. It's just the right amount of sweet. I would say fruity too with the dried fruits. I definitely get, it's not like fruit basket. This is more like dried apricot. I'm picking up some apricot or something like that in here. I mean, probably the peach or the candied fruits, but this is just so nice. I love the wearing experience with this. I can get about 4 to 5 hours out of this. And I just really love the way that this is done. I would say for this one, this might be all year long kind of fragrance to wear. I think that you could wear this to work. I think that you could take this into date night. I think you could probably do happy hour. I mean, it is not beast mode. I would say that this definitely projects. And you get a very nice sillage from it. And when it dries down, that warm, woody, spicy kind of notes come through, and they just leave your skin with like a really nice skin scent that's like very woody. And that's how I feel like it leans a little bit masculine, but I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. And again, a Black owned brand. The bottle is absolutely gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So it's something that's going to be a keeper in my collection, and I've really been enjoying this. Okay. Next up, we have Besame Mucho by Skin Potion. This oil I have featured in a few videos back as well. And I just really love this brand. I just recently got into this brand. These are my first purchases. So I also purchased Creme de Vanille. And this one is Besame Mucho that I just showed you. Besame Mucho, these are revitalizing body oils. So the one thing that I will say about these is that these go really nicely on top of your moisture, or if you're putting like your lotion on or something like that, you can definitely add these oils in. They smell incredible, but they definitely are not like for moisturizing your skin. So you're gonna need to, you know, put some moisturization on top or mix it in with this, and a little goes a long way. So with Besame Mucho, we have notes of saffron, Egyptian jasmine, rose absolute, hazelnut, osmanthus, frankincense, sandalwood, amber, and vanilla musk. And if I was blindfolded and I never bought this a day in my life, I would think that this is just a very lightly scented version of Amouage Guidance. This smells like that to me, but in a fragrance oil. Not beast mode like Amouage Guidance. It's definitely not giving that. It's just giving like very soft, just very soft, very much soft. That's all I get from it. Just soft, faint. I love the sillage of this. So once you put it on your skin, I mean, you can put perfume on top of it, but I feel like you'd be kind of missing out on the experience of what this oil can bring you, you know, without any fragrance on. You could definitely put fragrance on, and I have done that. But what I've learned is that the longer it wears on my skin, I actually really enjoy the scent bubble that I get from Besame Mucho. So just very nice, light. It's not a heavy oil at all. Gives you great coverage, I would say. And my skin is always soft when I'm using these products. So next up we have Creme de Vanille, and Creme de Vanille from Skin Potions is also a revitalizing body oil. This is created with vanilla from Costa Rica. So the other thing that I wanted to mention, I didn't see it say that for Besame Mucho, but both of these bottles have like the, you know, residual kind of flowers or like the vanilla being from it. And I do feel like that's kind of adding to like my fragrance experience. So Creme de Vanille comes with a sweet buttercream, vanilla sponge cake, caramelized sugar, creamy custard, tonka bean, almond cream, vanilla from Costa Rica, musk, and sugared sandalwood. And this to me smells like a vanilla cake. This is like a vanilla dessert. This is like a vanilla dessert. I really, really enjoy this one as well. This one, I would say, because I love vanilla, I mean, it could go with any of the ones that I mentioned today, and you would be just fine. Besame Mucho, I would pair up with the Symphony, just because they give like that kind of spicy accord to the fragrance that I think would lend really well to each other. But this oil is so good. It smells amazing. Again, I mean, you don't need a fragrance. If you just want like a light and airy kind of vanilla, it's not too dense. So the cake of it, you know, when you think of a pastry or you think of a cake or dessert, you're thinking like it might be dense. This is not what this is giving at all. I just get like a nice vanilla cloud. I know that it is kind of, you know, leaning more towards a dessert, but I really like that wearing experience. And I think with a lot of the other fragrances that I have in my collection, like again, especially with the ones that I mentioned today, Peach Aurum goes amazing with this one. I probably will try that Chocolate Greedy with it, as well as the Amore Cafe. I want to see how those do with these, so probably will take it up a notch for sure. I got them on sale actually when they first came out with them. I got them for like 10% off or something like that. Not much, but it's something. These are $99 on the website, and I'm just really loving it. I love this so much that I actually picked up the body butters as well. Those are coming in, and we'll see kind of what the wearing experience is with the body butters versus the oils. Okay, and what would an Aroma Babe video be without mentioning my favorite brand, Brown Sugar Babe? I picked up 4 new ones to my collection, the newest one being Mother. And I got that one in a 2-ounce bottle. This is the inspired by Swai Malaki by Dries Van Noten. And Mother is giving black currant and bergamot, silk and rose, chestnut and cacao. This is the most comforting fragrance oil that I have. It just smells like a very nice, silky, luxurious baby powder. It's very powdery for me, which I absolutely don't mind. It's not one of those powderies where you sneeze a lot or where it might be irritating. This is definitely a very pleasant powdery scent to me. This would be nice for bedtime. This would be so nice for bedtime because it just brings comfort to the experience. I wore this to work one day, and I didn't even need a fragrance. I think I put this on just to get like my wearing experience, like what it would be without fragrance, and this lasted a very long time. This lasted me for about 5 hours, and this is just oil. This is no fragrance. This is just my regular routine. I probably mixed the oil in with my lotion, so it's actually like it would have been mixed in, and this just comes through and projects and gives you a nice sillage, a nice scent bubble. Very comforting, very light and airy, but just gives you like a hug in a bottle. I would say I would describe this as. You have to get your hands on this. This was $29, and what I do with Brown Sugar Babe oils, especially with the inspired by, especially if I never smelled the fragrance that it's inspired by before, I definitely start out with the 2-ounce bottles. I think this is one that I might have to upgrade because I've used quite a bit of it. The only other thing that I would say is that with these fragrance oils from Brown Sugar Babe, especially the inspired by ones, a little goes a long way. So, you know, I think that it's a great price point as well because I don't have the fragrance. But if the fragrance smells like this or better, I know I'm gonna love it. All right, and then lastly, from Brown Sugar Babe, I picked up the 2-ounce bottles of the collaboration they did with AI the Great. So the first one is Endless Love, which is Amour Infinite from Navitus Parfum. Perfect Pair, which is Amorous Intense, I believe, by Navitus. And then Brown Bananas Foster, which is the inspired by Ambrosia Imperial by Navitus Parfums. Navitus Parfums did the collaboration with AI the Great, and then she went ahead and did a collaboration with Brown Sugar Babe to give us the inspired by version of her perfumes in a fragrance oil form. And my favorite one is Brown Bananas Foster. This is so good. This is like a literal banana. You get the banana, you cannot miss that banana at all. Or like the banana leaf. It smells like ripe bananas to me. This is a very tropical smelling fragrance oil. So it definitely puts me in like the tropical vibe of what the fragrance is probably giving. I want to get my hands on the fragrance. I feel like if this is any close to it, this is amazing to me. But if the perfume is even better than this, I know I'm gonna love it. So again, that's Brown Bananas Foster by Brown Sugar Babe. All right, so we've come to the end of the review. I'm absolutely loving these new additions to my collection, and I can't wait to come back and just, you know, review my experiences with these. I hope that you have stayed to the end of the video, and I thank you for coming back. These have been just very nice for me to continue doing and keeping me motivated, and I absolutely love sharing. So I hopefully share with a friend, hit that like button, hit that share button, and definitely subscribe to get some more videos from me. Aroma Babe signing out. Peace.